Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Crypto. My name's Don. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video. If you are watching it live, good morning. I hope you have your coffee or have had your coffee and you're ready to go for this fine Monday morning episode of Coffee and Crypto. Now, I have a lot to cover. I also have a bit of an explanation to give in regards to an upcoming change, which I believe you will all need to know about. So yeah, stay tuned, get comfortable, grab that coffee if you haven't already, and let's dive into today's video. Now, as always, before we start, if you need anything from us regarding any type of, crypto education, help, advice, then our CC Pro Discord is the place to be. Now, also, just on that point, we are giving away some very premium and limited edition notepads and pens for anyone that joins the Discord over the next kind of 5 days. So yeah, get in there, let me know once you've joined, and I will send you a very premium notepad and pen. Now, before we move into the actual news today, I want to look at the prices. As always, let me just make sure I refresh this to ensure it is up to date. There we go. So Bitcoin did have a very good close last night on the weekly, but I will get into that later on in today's video. However, the current price currently sits at $26,705. We then have Ethereum at $1,632. We have BNB at $216. XRP is currently sitting at 49 cents. We then have Cardano at 24 cents. Dogecoin at 0.06. We then have Toncoin, interesting name, at $2.36. And then finally, we have Solana at $19. So that is your top 10 in the market at the moment. Now, obviously, bear in mind, 2 of the top 10 actually make up of stablecoins. So technically, that's your top 8 cryptos for the day. But anyway, we will move on. First of all, before I move on, there's not been that much play ever since the weekly close last night. Like I said, I will cover it a little bit later on in today's video regarding the weekly closure. So yeah, please stay tuned for that. But yeah, there's not been a great deal in price movement. Again, I keep saying it, but I'm going to keep saying it. September, it's a boring and rough month. So yeah, just buckle up, get comfortable, and we shall await to see what happens next month in quarter 4. Now, first things first, you may have seen this float about X last night or even this morning. Mark Cuban has reportedly lost $870,000 in a hot wallet attack. Apparently, it's from his MetaMask account. So let me dive into this and give a few bits of key kind of information that you should know regarding hot wallets and ways to, stay safe, I guess. So nearly $900,000 worth of crypto was reportedly drained from one of the hot wallets belonging to the billionaire investor and Dallas Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban. We all know Mark Cuban, hopefully. Independent blockchain sleuth was the first to spot the hack on September 15th at around 8 p.m. Fantastic, thanks for the times, that helps a lot. After they highlighted suspicious behaviour with one of Cuban's wallets that the 65-year-old hadn't interacted with for around kind of 5 months. Again, this is quite an interesting point that people are always watching big wallets. It's something that we always say, it's watch what they do with their money, and people will clearly watch billionaires' crypto wallets because, they might tell you they're doing one thing, but if their wallet says another thing, what would you follow? You follow the money. Follow the money as always. So, according to the transaction history on Ethereum, several batches of assets such as USDC and Tether, as well as Lido staked Ether, were suddenly withdrawn from the wallet in a 10-minute window. So, adding complexity to the matter, another $2 million worth of USDC was then also withdrawn and sent to a different wallet, leading Waz to suspect that Cuban may have just been moving assets around, but apparently there's been more money moving around from the wallet. Now, in terms of the hack, members of the community were quick to point out that as an opposed to the hack watching Cuban's activity, he must have done something that led to the breach of security. Now, some suggest that Cuban may have mistakenly signed a malicious transaction, while others asserted that his private keys were compromised. giving the funds that were directly transferred out of the wallet. Now, again, doesn't really confirm nor help matters, or doesn't really clarify how the hack has taken place, I guess. But it doesn't matter, because the main point being is that his hot wallet was potentially compromised, or he has fallen victim to a scam email, or he's clicked the link that he wasn't supposed to, or he's sent a transaction somewhere that he wasn't supposed to. And again, this is a big point that I would like to try and make, and we do make when we have for anyone that doesn't know, we have a 5-day in-person training course for cryptocurrency. So everything you need to know about crypto in general, also just how to invest. But one of the main and key points is how to stay safe. Now, the reason we say that is because 9 times out of 10, and this just doesn't speak for crypto, this is just in general, right? This is house alarms, car insurance, safety on tires. It's like anything in kind of general day-to-day life. 9 times out of 10, people are reactive before they are proactive, which I know sounds pretty self-explanatory. You would want to, become secure before something happens, rather than trying to secure something after it happens. That sounds obvious, right? But again, 9 times out of 10, or 90% of the time, people are reactive to situations, which again are, to me, is quite a silly thing to do, but that's the way humans work. Now, the big focus, like I said, on our course in particular is being proactive to cybersecurity in general, as well as crypto security. So like your hot wallets are a massive, massive focus, because people, when they invest in crypto, and I'm speaking to you watching this because I know, like I said, 90% of you will actually do this. Maybe you don't like to admit it, because I've been there. That's why I can speak so confidently about it. You might not want to admit the fact that you're not proactive and you're very much reactive, but 90% of you will be, or will fall into this category. And it's a shame, because people focus so highly on, how much do you think Bitcoin will go to? If I invest this much, how much will I get back? Or where should I invest my money? And it's like, cool, let's just step back a bit. Let's figure out, when you invest, or if you even get the chance to invest, is it a safe exchange that you're using? Is it a safe wallet you're using? Do you have a backup for your safe keys? Do you, or whatever it may be, basically, do you, or have you proactively researched and understood the security aspect of it? Because remember, crypto is not a bank. So it's not most of it's self-custodial, but you're in charge. So you're in charge of accessing the passwords, the email addresses, the authenticator app, your mobile phone, your private keys. Like, you are fully 100% in charge of them. So why would you not make sure that you, truly understand what they actually mean? Understand a phishing email. Again, you've used, or you've heard of phishing emails for years. They're not new, but they're very, very common in crypto, and it's a very common way for people to fall victim, unfortunately, to having malware put on their laptops or phones, whatever it may be. They think they're safe. They then log back into their MetaMask, put in their password, whatever it may be. Little do they know their computer, their phone, whatever it is being watched. Boom. You've just been hacked and you've lost everything. So the main point I'm trying to make, if I haven't already made it, is stay safe in crypto. It's a bigger deal than what you thought. I would say put that in front of actually making an investment. Now, I know that kind of sounds, I guess a bit backwards, but it's supposed to, because like I said, 90% of people are reactive rather than being proactive in every aspect of life. But when it comes to investing your potential life savings into an asset that can go up by 10x, 20x, whatever it is, I personally would make sure that I know everything that I need to know when it comes to safety and crypto. So there you go. You can start by getting a VPN, by the way. That's probably a great start. If you don't already have one, there's a link, of course, in today's description for ExpressVPN. But that should be your starting point. And by the kind of bare minimum on your phone, your laptop, PC, whatever it may be, it covers multiple devices. That should be your minimum kind of start to a security kind of proactive aspect, especially ahead of the next bull run. You've got the perfect time right now. It's September. It's not a great time or month for crypto investments in general because they're just, stagnant. They're not doing anything. But this is a time where you should be proactively kind of learning and getting set up with security and cyber security, because when the bull run comes back around, all of that goes out the window. The only thing that you can think about is money, cars, and holidays. Trust me, it happened in 2021 to so many people, and they forget about, again, the security aspect, plus loads of other things, which, again, I can help you out with, which you've probably not thought of. But anyway, that's besides the point. Like I said, get a VPN, start there, and then we'll progress. And hopefully you learn and you can stay safe. But look, Mark Cuban, the billionaire investor, who apparently is a very smart man, something has happened. Whether it's been compromised keys or whether he's clicked a dodgy email, it doesn't matter. The fact is, it can happen to anyone. Look, $870,000 to a man like Mark Cuban is chump change. It doesn't matter. It's besides the point. It's the fact that a scam or a hack has happened. That's the point that you should be focused on. Not the money. Money should never be the focus here. It should be the security aspect of whatever funds that you have. I wouldn't want to lose $100, never mind $100,000. And I try my very, very best to keep the security aspect on that. All right. Anyway, that was a lot longer than I planned to spend on that, but I feel like it's crucial that you take it in, take it on board, and we shall move on to the next part of today's video. Now, US lawmakers advance legislation blocking the digital dollar. Now, this could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Let's move in and give a bit more context. So, the US House Financial Services Committee is moving forward with legislation aimed at preventing the issuance of a central bank digital currency. So, they don't want a CBDC. Now, according to an announcement, the chairman, Patrick McHenry, the committee will mark up two bills about a potential digital dollar on September 20th, so that's on Wednesday. Markups are sessions in which lawmakers discuss the details of a bill, and it is a crucial step before legislation moves to the House floor. Now, one of the bills is the Digital Dollar Pilot Prevention Act, which prohibits the Federal Reserve from initiating pilot programs to test CBDCs without approval from Congress. Now, the legislation was introduced by Representative Alex Mooney back in May. So shout out to Alex Mooney for that. Now, the Fed recently denied any decision on whether whether to issue a CBDC, claiming it would only proceed with the issuance of a CBDC with an authorizing law. Now, the Federal Reserve of San Francisco has sought to fill technical positions for a CBDC project after the past few months, indicating that the digital dollar remains on the table. Now, this is an interesting point. Obviously, we talk about CBDCs fairly common, I guess, on this channel, because Ripple, again, I'm a big fan of Ripple and XRP, we all know that, but they are kind of the middleman, and it's why some people don't actually like them. They're kind of the middleman when it comes to helping banks, create CBDCs. I don't think that CBDCs will just go away. I definitely think that a digital dollar, digital euro, whatever it may be, will progress and a CBDC will come into play. Again, I won't get into it too much. I'd rather maybe speak on a podcast. So if anyone has a podcast out there and wants me to come and chat for hours at end, trust me, I will bring some content for your podcast. So yeah, just reach out, let me know. I will go on anyone's podcast and talk about any subject. But the point I'm trying to make there is I have a lot of kind of views on the background of CBDCs, why they're coming, why there's I wouldn't say a requirement for them, but why the government believe there's a requirement for them, and then also why I think a lot of things that have happened over the past 12 to 18 months, probably 12 to 36 months have happened. And I do believe that there's a kind of long plan here been put in place many years ago, and it's all just playing different parts. And yeah, it's now starting to come into fruition, and CBDCs are the end goal. So yeah, like I said, if you've got a podcast and you want me on it, I will bring you some good clips that you can use for social media, but also some great content regarding, well, literally any topic, because there's a lot going on up here in my head. But anyway, CBDCs are potentially coming. Well, they most definitely are, but the American government are trying to put a bit of a, not a hold on them, but they're just trying to regulate them a bit more kind of seriously. Naturally, that's what Americans or American governments tend to do. But yeah, there's definitely going to be this CBDC run coming very, very soon. I know the digital euro is, well, that will probably be approved first, because Europe and the UK as well, I suppose, seem to really be pushing this CBDC narrative and digital euro and whatever it may be. So yeah, I do believe that we might see one in Europe first before we see anywhere else. Nonetheless, like I said, CBDCs are coming. Okay, cool. Next part then, again from the US. Apparently 9 US senators have publicly backed Elizabeth Warren's crypto bill. Now, don't know how much I agree with this. It's, again, quite interesting news that I love to kind of bring to Coffee and Crypto, but to anyone that will kind of eat in and buy into my opinion on the US, I guess. Now, I won't read out all of their names, but there's 9 of them, apparently. And Warren, we all know who this lady is. Hopefully you do. But she's the senator for, well, in fact, let me read this top part and then I'll skip down to a quote that she has said, and it might make a bit more kind of interesting kind of points. But 9 United States senators have added their support to Senator Elizabeth Warren's Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act, according to a statement. Now, Warren herself welcomed the new bill, supporters stating that our expanding coalition shows that Congress is ready to take action. Our bipartisan bill is the toughest proposal on the table, cracking down on crypto's illicit use and giving regulators more tools in their toolbox. All right, so you're starting to kind of get the drift here with where this is going. But this bill has also been endorsed with the Transparency International US, Global Financial Integrity, the National District Attorneys Association, the Major County Sheriffs of America, and the National Consumer Law Center and the National Consumers League. Now, the reason I read all of them is because, again, if you're a fan of this channel and you watch Coffee and Crypto regularly, you know how much I love all these big silly names that all these pointless kind of entities have. And yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, I feel like if they give themselves this big long title or name, then maybe it feels more important and it feels more, oh right, okay, we need to pay attention to them. They seem to know what they're doing. Anyway, Warren reintroduced the Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act along with Senators Joe, Roger and Lindsay back in July 2023. In the current version, the document intends to crack down on non-custodial digital wallets, extend Bank Secrecy Act responsibilities, establish an anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism compliance examination and other legal measures to fight the illicit use of digital money. It's hard to not get frustrated and, I guess, laugh when I'm reading this because it's just nonsense. Now, Warren believes that there's a $50 billion crypto tax gap, with the Internal Revenue Service and US Treasury risking missing out on roughly $1.5 billion in tax revenue for the 2024 tax year. So, again, funny that. The fact that they're missing out, they're risking missing out on $1.5 billion worth in tax. They're thinking, oh, hang on a minute, how can we put in place some sort of legislation, some sort of rule, let's put a bill out there to make sure that we can somehow get money from these smart kind of people moving forward in finance and trying to make a better life for themselves. They're earning money. In fact, you know what? I'm going to switch to the full screen for this. So let me get into this. So essentially what they're saying, right? And it's the same thing that people have said for years and years and years regarding taxes, right? And look, taxes are taxes. We all have to pay them. That's fair, right? But the point I'm trying to make here with the way that they are trying to get this, so they're trying to combat anti-money laundering. They're trying to combat the financing of terrorism through crypto, right? So that's the point I'm trying to make here. Not anything to do with tax, but what they're saying is we're owed about $1.5 billion worth of tax. How can we get that back from these people who, first of all, have earned money and paid tax on that money, who have decided to risk their money by investing in something that's completely and super high risk? How can we get money from them again? So what we'll do is we'll put in a legislation or a bill, and we'll say that that money that they're making and they're profiting from, they're then using that to fund terrorism. They're then they're money laundering it. They're doing all this illicit stuff. Let's put something in play so that it scares people, first of all, of potentially investing and making any money. But secondly, anyone that does make money, we want some of that money because we've not done any work for it. We've not worked hard for it at all, but we want some of it. So there's a bill and there's a legal legislation put in place, and you must pay us. Sounds silly, right? But that's the way it works, I guess. Anyway, the point, again, on this article is apparently 9 more senators have backed this. And of course, when it comes to kind of seasons in America, when they need your votes, or they need the public's votes, they know that if they go against, I guess, Elizabeth Warren, who is like the top dog, if they go against her views, then her followers, her potential kind of next in line, if you say, if you go against that, then you're probably not going to get the call up. You're not going to get that job or that raise or that bonus that you really wanted. Again, the government's a really, really strange place. It's all about who you know. It's not really necessarily about what you know or whatever it may be. It's usually who you went to university with, who you're friends with, what constituency you're in, what beliefs, well, maybe not even the beliefs you have, because I'm sure they all have different beliefs, but they just follow the same one. It's all just tick boxes. So things like this doesn't really bother me. I don't really think too much about it because I know that it's all just fugazi. They're all just following. They're all sheep. And yeah. Anyway, I thought I would cover it. I thought I'd bring it to your news, and hopefully, again, it helps you move on with your Monday. Okay, so moving on to this. This is kind of what caused today's title. It's time for a change. Now, this is something from SwissBorg, who again are big supporters, and we are big fans of SwissBorg. You know that already. But again, they tweeted this out recently where it says, "We are over the moon. CHSB is morphing into Borg, marking a new chapter in our SwissBorg adventure. Set your clocks for October 17th to October 22nd, and let's make history together." So, what does all this mean? Well, hopefully you know this by now, but I'm going to quickly dive into what this actually means, because I know a few people, especially in our CC Pro Discord, have been asking about this and the differences it's going to be. Will it cause any price change? How do you get these tokens? Whatever it may be. So yeah, I'm going to explain it in full, and hopefully explains what you need. So they are migrating CHSB token to Borg token. So it's the exact same thing. There'll be no real differences to you, how you view it. But here at SwissBorg, well, not here at SwissBorg, this is Coffee and Crypto, but over there at SwissBorg, they are embarking on a monumental journey by migrating the native token CHSB, which we all know and love, to Borg, so B-O-R-G. This migration isn't just a technological advancement, it's a strategic move designed to establish our presence more firmly within the DeFi space. Now, obviously, DeFi, we know, is absolutely huge. I've covered it so many times in the past. It is massive. Now, by leveraging innovation, employing rigorous security standards, and aligning with the core principles of decentralized finance, we are positioning ourselves at the forefront of the DeFi movement. Here's everything you need to know about this groundbreaking migration, right? So stick around, let me explain this. It will hopefully help and clear up any questions that you do have. So like I said, between October 17th and October 22nd, it can take up to 5 days for the whole thing to kind of take place. And don't worry, we will keep you up to date with that through Coffee and Crypto, of course, and then through CC Pro. Now, what does it mean for you? So if you are holding CHSB with the SwissBorg app, which hopefully everyone watching this does already. And if you don't, by the way, you can use the affiliate link below to get a SwissBorg account. Again, click the link, go read about SwissBorg's app. If you like it and you think it's for you, then definitely click that link and sign up. If you don't, that's fine, but the option's there. And of course, like I said, it's an affiliate link, so you do get a little sign-up bonus when you do deposit. And of course, we get a little bit of a kind of sign-up bonus as well. So yeah, we appreciate it. It helps support the channel. It helps support Coffee and Crypto. And yeah, anyway, like I said, click the link below if you want that. Now, if you're holding CHSB, like I said, you can sit back and relax. You don't have to do anything. Every CHSB token in your portfolio, whether it's in premiums or in vaults, will automatically be converted to Borg. So rather than calling it CHSB, we can simply just call it Borg. Or if you want, you can call it BORG, whatever you want. Now, if you've got CHSB outside of the app, which I don't believe most people will, because primarily SwissBorg is in the SwissBorg Wealth app, but if you are holding CHSB in an external wallet, we strongly urge you to transfer them back to the SwissBorg app before the migration kicks off. Again, like I said, most of you watching this, that won't be applicable, but just in case, you know now that you need to have all your CHSB on the app. Now, the migration of CHSB to Borg does not entail a change in the token's overall supply. Our total supply will remain at 1 billion tokens, minus any that we have burned. Now, on that point, we will be doing an update very, very soon, because I know it's a question on lots of people's minds. How many tokens have SwissBorg actually burned? Because they keep going on about burning tokens and burning tokens. We all know, if you're in crypto long enough or you're educated enough, you know that the burn mechanism is a very popular thing that projects do. And it's a very good thing, in my opinion, what projects do to bring down the supply of the token. So anyway, like I said, for Discord CC Pro members, we will be bringing an update very, very soon on how all that works and what number they're actually sitting at the moment. Now, this ensures that the value of the scarcity of the token remains consistent with our ecosystem. So, it will remain at 1-for-1 ratio between CHSB and Borg, meaning that for every one CHSB, I said that weird, for every one CHSB token held, users will receive 1 Borg token. So yeah, you get the point here. It's 1-for-1. You're not going to change anything. You're not going to lose anything. It's going to be the exact same amount of tokens that you have. You don't have to do anything. It is as simple as that. So, the Borg token will be based on the Open Zeppelin ERC20 standard on Ethereum, providing a robust and secure framework. So if you have time today, go read up on this Open Zeppelin ERC20, and it will make, hopefully, a bit more kind of sense for you. But the multi-chain, so this is quite an important one. So Borg will be a multi-chain compatible right from the start. By supporting multiple multi-chain technologies, they then allow enhanced scalability and efficiency. This enhancement should become a reality in Q4 2023. So this is, I guess, one of the main points and a big focus for this in general, for the change. As you all know, SwissBorg is a European-based exchange. We use it here in the UK, but it's also available throughout Europe. It's not available in the US or in Australia or most of kind of other kind of countries outside of Europe. Now, the reason behind that is because they're trying to focus on what they know best. They know Europe best. And now the progress of, for example, Series A, again, SwissBorg done a Series A kind of startup kind of round, or seed round almost, what was that, about 6 months ago, maybe longer than that, to help fund the kind of next step in the roadmap. Now, if you do want me to cover SwissBorg's roadmap in more detail, by the way, drop me a comment below, because I probably will do it at some point, but if there's enough kind of need and want for it, I can maybe do a separate video for the channel on that, because I do feel that it's important that if you are a supporter of SwissBorg like myself, then you know what's coming in the roadmap. But anyway, in the roadmap, they are trying to kind of break ground elsewhere. So they want to move to America, they want to move to Australia, they want to move out to the Middle East. There's many, many countries and parts of the world that SwissBorg doesn't actually have access to at the moment. And that's, well, hopefully coming to fruition very, very soon. And this migration to Borg and having the kind of interoperability and multi-chain access is a massive, massive step, as well as the focus on DeFi. Now, remember, I've spoken about DeFi loads of times on this channel. We also speak about it very, very highly and a lot in the 5-day crypto course that we do. DeFi is super, super important, and hopefully you understand that as well. Now, the Borg kind of changeover as well. So again, quickly, just before I kind of finish up on that, the kind of conclusion, shall we say, is as they kind of progress towards an exciting phase of Borg's kind of migration, the focus on transparency, security, and decentralized continues to shape the vision of SwissBorg's future. With seamless transition mechanisms, a strong commitment to security, and an innovative approach to on-chain utility, they are poised to redefine the crypto landscape. Now, the anticipation for late 2023 and early 2024 brings to new opportunities for Borg holders, and they want to thank you, of course, SwissBorg want to thank you for being part of it, and together we're building a transparent, secure and decentralized future. And it's another big reason why I really like SwissBorg in general, the security aspect. Again, I spoke about security kind of earlier on in today's video. Security is a big, big thing for me personally, and SwissBorg, again, is probably the most secure I've felt in terms of using exchanges. Binance is also, again, maybe another choice of mine, but realistically, I kind of push towards SwissBorg primarily because I do feel more secure. But anyway, like I said, if you want a SwissBorg account and you don't have one already, there is an affiliate link below. Please go read about the exchange from that link. Read the reviews, make sure you're comfortable and you understand that your capital's at risk if you do invest. And if you do want to get an account, you know what to do. Anyway, that was all for the SwissBorg news. Now, I did mention at the start of today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the weekly candle closure. And here it is. So I've got a tweet here from TXMC Trades, and it says here, look, a bullish weekly engulfing close on the higher low. Now, do you think they will turn around and take out these lows, or do they hold? Now, I'll just bring this chart up for you just so you can see it, if it will load. This is a weekly chart, obviously, on Bitcoin. There we go. So, look, it's a bit choppy. We are kind of just sitting around this 26k level. We haven't really done much for quite some time now, for what that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, in the 5th week of really nothingness. Prior to that, we did have a bit of a move up to the 30k throughout the summer, but yeah, before that, again, the 26k is a bit of a kind of battle that we have. But anyway, the level, like I said last night, was broken out. It was quite a good closure. We will have an update coming out in Discord very, very soon regarding the market, so please stay tuned for that. But what do you think? What's your thoughts on where we are going over the next few weeks? I personally don't think we're quite ready, or the market is quite ready to continue up. It is the 18th of September at the kind of time of recording this. And, well, I do believe we do have a few more weeks, if not 3 weeks maybe, before we really start to move up, basically. That's the kind of the basis of it. Once we start moving up, we will hopefully continue to move up throughout October, November and into December before we see some kind of maybe a bit of a pause over the Christmas period, and then we'll see what happens in early 2024, but I'm excited nonetheless for the next few weeks. And just to finish off today's video, something that, again, I find images like this all the time, and I like to show you them when I do find them. It doesn't mean anything really, it's just a bit of a zoomed out perspective, and I like to see these things in terms of the bars, how many weeks, the all-time high, what people would consider as a buy zone, and I guess it is just an interesting way to look at it. Does it make much of a difference to your day, your investment journey? Probably not. But personally, I love zooming out and, well, looking at it on a bigger timescale, bigger perspective. And yeah, I wanted to kind of get you on board with that as well. But anyway, pause today's video, screenshot this if you must, and kind of keep it in your library of images, and maybe even revisit it, because it is a very interesting kind of point we are making here. This light green section, again, you sometimes see here, so it goes dark green for a bit, then goes to light green, then red. We're kind of past, hopefully, the dark green. We're now into the light green, and then potentially we start to see this red part where it is potentially upwards. Look, no financial advice. Obviously, I can't give you that, right? But I like to show you facts. I like to show you history, and we can see where things can go. But anyway, like I said, that was what I wanted to kind of finish up on with today's video, and yeah, show you my thoughts on that. But anyway, if there's anything else that you do need from me or anyone on the team, of course you can join our CC Pro Discord. Now the reason I'm showing you this on screen, which is like, well, why are you showing me this? This is a bit strange. But this is a premium notepad, which again, it's a nice soft touch A5 sized notepad. Why am I showing you that? Well, we normally give those out to anyone that attends our crypto course. We get asked all the time for merchandise, whether it's t-shirts, books or notepads, pens, whatever it may be. We're asked on a constant basis about merchandise, which first of all, thank you for that. We appreciate the support and love that people want to support the brand, the kind of image, but we do not sell any kind of merch as such, or have a new merch line or anything, or even these notepads. However, what I am going to do is, for the next 5 people that do sign up to CC Pro, which again, like I said, is in today's description, if you are to sign up from, well, today over the next 5 days, so it's 5 people for 5 days, can get a free notepad and pen sent out to them free of charge. But yeah, anyway, just a little kind of why not. It's September, it's a boring month, I'm trying to make it a bit more exciting, and if you are interested, of course, like I said, get a CC Pro account below. Anyway, if there's anything else you do need from me, I will be in Discord after today's video, chatting away to members. So yeah, jump in, let's get some chat going. If there's anything else you do need from anything that we offer, there's links to everything you need. Like I said, I can't offer any type of advice, and nothing in today's video is any financial advice. Please take care when you are investing in cryptocurrency, and you do understand how it works, and you know the rules of your capital being at risk. Educate as always, and if you don't know how to, let me know and I will help you out. Now please share today's video with someone that needs to see it, and I will see you all on the next episode of Coffee and Crypto. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Don. I will see you very, very soon.